There's so much happening these days in healthcare and proposals for healthcare that it almost makes your head spin. But let me take one piece of healthcare, that is health group purchasing, and tell you that I think there's some really good news in that area. There's this old saying, you know, that bad news travels halfway around the world before good news gets its shoes on. Well, let me talk about the good news of health group purchasing. Some decade ago or so, there was some controversy about health group purchasing. And those involved in health group purchasing, 9 of the largest companies decided, we want to put that controversy to rest. What we want to do is create a health group purchasing initiative. And that initiative will ascertain and make certain that we meet the highest ethical standards and the highest business practices that exist. As a result of that, extensive questionnaires have been sent out every single year. Extensive questionnaires asking about business practices and ethical standards. And those questionnaires were, in addition, they were supplemented by site visits to those health group purchasing plans. Those site visits and also questionnaires, also grievance processes that existed, an annual conference that was held, all of that coming together allowed us to see what is happening in health group purchasing. And what we saw as a result of that is that these organizations were determined to be the best. That is, they were determined to have the highest ethical standards, no questions asked, the highest ethical standards, and the highest business practices, the best business practices available. Now, it is very important for us to understand that this was a self-initiated process. This wasn't something forced on this industry. It was what this industry embraced. And you know, excellence is not an act, it's a habit. And excellence that comes from making certain you are determined to have the highest ethical practices and the best business practices, that's what gives people confidence. We signed our name as Errant Fox to this process of ascertaining the highest ethical practices and the best business practices. We did that because we know those things exist. We know them through questionnaires, we know them through site visits, and we know with certainty that this industry provides good news for health group purchasing. Health group purchasing brings down the cost of health care. It does it in a very responsible way. And with these 9 organizations, it does it in a way that meets the highest ethical and business practices. Thank you.